I love you, it's ruining my life. Well, it's not been a fortnight, but exactly a year to Taylor Swift's most iconic song from her album, The Tortured Poets Department. Well, last year this time, I was attending the album listening party where I saw few of the Radio 1 team members, and a year later, I'm literally working with them. Crazy how times can change. But you know what does not change? Our favorite poet dropping Easter eggs in her music video. And with us celebrating 1 year of this iconic album, I decided to dissect the music video of Fortnight for you with an Easter special. So let's get started. Now, setting the premise for you, The Tortured Poets Department is Taylor Swift's album full of mystery and emotion. It's a concept album that dives into heartbreak, betrayal, and the struggles of being a writer. Even the title is a reference to the 1989 movie, which is The Dead Poets Society. And with that, let's get started with the music video breakdown. The video starts with a title card that says Fortnight, giving off an old silent movie vibe. Then we see Taylor in a bright room that looks like an asylum. She's changed to a bed on the wall wearing a toned white dress. It looks a lot like the gown that she wore to the 2024 Grammys the same night she announced the album. With the garter detail, the dress also feels a bit like a wedding dress, which ties into the marriage themes that show up throughout her album. Also, one side of her hair updo features 11 pins, which is also the number of albums she has released. Next, she is seen given Forget Him pills, which resonate with the lyrics of the song. I took the miracle move on drug, but the effects were temporary. How I wish it was so easy forgetting people and moving on. Also, if you take a closer look at the bottle tags, the number on the pill bottles refer to Swift's birth date and the release of The Tortured Poets Department. The dates are 13 December 1989 and 19th April 2024, which also suggests that Swift's character has literally loved this person her whole life. She then approaches the mirror and is seen wiping her face, which reveals tattoos which are very similar to Post Malone's tattoos, who is also a collaborator on the song. Again, if you take a closer look at her pins, it is the Roman numeral 13, which by now everyone knows is Taylor Swift's favorite number. When we first see Taylor in the Fortnight video, she looks like a movie star from the 1920s. She has thin, dark drawn eyebrows. Her hair is pinned up and she's wearing a ribbon choker, something flapper girls used to wear back then. This look is a nod to Clara Bow, a famous actress from that time. Taylor even named the last song on her album after her. After the bride scene, Taylor walks through a door and is suddenly wearing a black old-fashioned mourning dress. This outfit shows the pain of losing someone you love and not being able to move on. This style was also very popular in the 1800s when Queen Victoria wore black for over 30 years after her husband died. Taylor then sits down with a typewriter tying back to the title of the very album. The Tortured Poets Department. Next to her is a fountain pen, which is one of her 3 styles of songwriting. In the music video, when Swift types "I love you, it's ruining my life" on her typewriter, there's a couple blank spaces between the letters on the page. These are a reference to Blank Space, which is Swift's 1989 single. All of her fans also notice that Taylor's typewriter is missing the number 1 key. This could be a nod to her song The One from Folklore, which is about imagining a future with someone who didn't stay. Taylor Swift and Post Malone are seen sitting at desks facing each other. There is a blue haze that comes from his typewriter and a pink haze which comes from hers. The colors float towards each other, and when mixed, they are made a color of lavender. It's a subtle nod to her song Lavender Haze from Midnight. The scene then transitions to her and Posty lying on a silhouette of pages of paper, which is very similar to the visuals from her Style music video from 1989. Taylor is seen reading to Post Malone from a notebook with "Us" written on the back. This seems to be a nod to her song The Story of Us from her album Speak Now. That song started getting radio play on April 19, 2011 exactly 13 years before she released the Tortured Poets Department and the Fortnite music video. We then see Taylor running towards Posty, but Posty does not seem to have any of his tattoos, which interprets that when you really fall in love with someone, you really look for what's underneath them. The scene then transitions to Swift getting electroshock therapy by Post Malone, Ethan Hawke and Josh Charles. The use of electroshock therapy is a subtle nod to Clara Bow, a 1920s actress and the subject of a song on the album. Bow underwent the treatment in a psychiatric facility and a portion of the video is clearly inspired from this. Ethan Hawke and Josh Charles starred in the movie, which is The Dead Poets Society, which is similar to the title of the album and was also released in the year 1989, which by now is of course Taylor Swift's birth year. While they are the main characters, there's also a black dog in the background. The black dog is a reference to her song, which is The Black Dog, and it's also the first song on the anthology, which is a surprise second half of the album. It also symbolizes fear, sadness and depression, which is Taylor Swift's character along the entire music video and the album itself. At one point, a heart monitor also shows the word "I love you, it's ruining my life," a lyric from Fortnite that she also types earlier in the music video. Later, Taylor Swift is seen sitting on top of a telephone booth in the pouring midnight rain, and the visual brings to mind more than one Tortured Poets lyrics. In another scene, Taylor is seen frantically going through files before setting them on fire. This might be a reference to her song Dear Reader from Midnights, where she sings, "Burn all the fires, desert all your past lives." The video ends with Post Malone reaching out to Taylor, followed by an end title card, which is one of my most favorite moments. And of course, no Taylor Swift song is, complete without a cat reference. In the closing title cards, there are hidden cats in the corners and a fun nod to the cat imagery she's used throughout her career. What I love about this track is the chemistry that Posty and Taylor share and how their voices complement each other. I think I personally want more such collabs between them. It's not only me who love this track, but the Swifties and the Postmates fandom as well. So let me read few of the comments out for you. So number one says, honestly, I never expected this collaboration, but their voices fit so well together and he adds the perfect aesthetic to the whole 20s theme. The second would be, she's not just a singer or a songwriter, she's also a very effective storyteller. And the last would be the fact that Posty and Taylor Swift visuals is wide, but we are all here for it. On my food palette, if I have to rate this music video, it is like a dark, rich chocolate mole sauce with layers of deep, bittersweet flavors. It's intense and overwhelming at first, but it's also strangely beautiful. It leaves a lasting emotional impact, dark but something you can't stop thinking about. And if you like this track, there are a few more songs from the Tortured Poets Department that you should definitely listen to. Number one would be I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Second would be So Long London. Number three would be Florida. And fourth would be Who's Afraid of the Little Old Me. What are other Taylor Swift tracks you must listen to? Let me know in the comment section below. And with this, we end with the episode of In My Opinion. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe to our channel. And let me now go and search for more Easter eggs and other Swift videos while eating Easter eggs. Bye-bye.
94.3 Radio 1.